game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. I got the meats taking on Future Empire. I am Primetime 000, and with me today is our color guy, QB Stud. What's going on, man?
Hey, not too much. Just excited for a great matchup. How about you?
I'm fired up, man, and let's just get off and talk about it right away. Ravens 11-1, Seahawks, I think 3 or 4 losses here. Who's the favorite in this game, or who do you got?
I think Meats and the Ravens are the favorite here. As I pointed out, actually doing some analytic work before, the Ravens have not beat a team with a winning record to this point. But at the same time, the Seahawks lost all three of their big matchups this year. So it's going to be a make or break game for both of them as far as respect goes. And it's going to be a big deal to try to get a monkey off your back, whether or not you can perform in big games.
Yeah, this is a huge game. I'm going to take I got the meats, and here's why. Future Empire, obviously a great player. There's no doubt about it. But the thing about Future is I feel like he hasn't improved that much throughout this cycle, and Meats has. Meats has gotten better. He's drafted well, and overall, I think Meats has just done better this cycle.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, but that may give Future a little bit more motivation. So we're going to see how it turns out.
Yeah, this game is going to be lit. It's going to be fire. It's Justin Tucker's walking up, and he puts the ball high into the air. We are live, and we have kicked off in Seattle. The game between I Got the Meats and Future Empire. Here we go.
So keys to the victory here for the Seahawks, since they have the ball, is going to be to control the ball on offense. He's got plenty of weapons. He's got a lethal passing attack and a mobile quarterback. Control the ball, don't make mistakes, keep it moving, and you're solid there. I want to see him make sure he gets those intermediate routes and don't put himself in third and long situations.
Yes, and here we go. Russell Wilson lining up out of the shotgun. Penny is a beast at running back. Wilson, the X Factor, veteran savvy quarterback with a handoff on the first play that is blown up in the backfield. Loss of one.
So in big games that we've covered, the Seahawks to this point this season especially, that has been the exact situation he faces every time. A run for a loss, or very minimal gain, then an incomplete pass, or another loss for nothing, and then it's third and long. Now, he doesn't normally convert those, but you can't do that all day.
And Russell Wilson back out of the shotgun again. He's got, looks like 2 running backs next to him. That's Penny and Witherspoon. Wilson making some checks to the line here, trying to read this defense. And he's back to throw. He's looking, and he throws an outside breaking route, and it is caught for the first down. Huge play of 18 yards, and that's Russell Wilson's first pass is complete.
So that was a great adjustment there by the Seahawks, by Russell Wilson. He had the running back and that corner out both playing off of the user from the Ravens. Basically, the user got caught in no man's land trying to take away both of those routes, so he had whichever one he wanted. He also did have that running back up the seam, so if he can keep utilizing those concepts, he'll be good.
And Russell Wilson coming out of the gun again here. He runs often on first down. Let's see how Seattle falls. Their tendency is it is a handoff, and that is Penny who's going to get some solid yards, and he goes down, and I got close to the first down marker there, gained 9, but they're calling him a few inches short.
That's basically the exact same run he got a loss on before. I mean, that off-tackle run out of shotgun is going to be his bread and butter. It's what he's going to keep hitting on. We're going to see if it's something that breaks for him every once in a while or if it's something that the Ravens can clamp down on.
So, once again here, this Baltimore Ravens defense, very stout at containing guys. Looks like they're coming out in a blitz formation here with Wilson under center. He's going to go ahead and he's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to get the first down and more. One man to beat. He sheds him off, but took a while to break him off. But that's a great run by Witherspoon.
Yeah, that's one where I think he was surprised to break through. That hole was a lot bigger than he anticipated. He would have been able to run that with proper stick skills, but regardless, you're happy with that run all day.
So, once again now, this Seattle Seahawks team has not played well in big games, but here we are driving well early against the Ravens. And it's another handoff inside, and there's a penalty flag on the field, though. And it is, guess what? It's a holding call. And like you said, you do not want to get in backed up situations.
Yeah, and that's something where he keeps going back to that run. Like you said, that's a tendency that everyone knows about. You want to see him get away from that or at least utilize that and kind of give some misdirection if possible, as he looks like he's line up to run again here.
Yes, under center now, and he's going to hand it off right to Penny, who gets blown up, and now you're in second and a majorly long situation here. All this pressure goes on Russell Wilson, who can dance around. Do you think that's still a key to the game, is a wily veteran Russell Wilson running around?
Absolutely, and it's something that he does a good job of utilizing, so he's not necessarily out of his elements here, but no one wants to be in this situation.
Here we go now. Russell Wilson out of the gun. Penny next to him in the backfield. Drops back. He's looking to throw. He's going to run. Oh, he throws across his body, and that ball is picked off. That's like cardinal sin number one as a quarterback. You throwing it late across your body, off your back foot. That was just all technically wrong.
So that went exactly against those keys to victory we talked about earlier. Methodically move the ball. He panicked because it was second and long. He made a mistake. Can't have it.
And now here we go. This high-flying Ravens offense from the Battle of the Birds is Jackson back to throw. He's looking. He throws a deep ball down the field to Hollywood, and that is caught. Touchdown Ravens. The flock is alive and well. Touchdown Ravens.
So I think Meats may be in my head or I may be in his, but I think that's his keys to victory. You want to have a couple of shots over the top against the Seahawks defense to stretch them out, then just pound the run all day. And honestly, I think that's what he's going to do, and I think that's his path to victory.
And that route to Hollywood so dangerous, just man on man, running down the field. Hollywood, a superstar, making them streak catches. And I think a lot of people expected the Ravens to come out running, but that deep shot after the turnover is huge.
And so that's the difference. The Seahawks ran the ball on first down every time because that's what you would expect. However, Baltimore knew that that's the expectation, tried to counter it with that deep pass. The defense was soaked up for the run, so he had him over the top, and he got six for it. So,
yep, and here we go. It looks like the Seahawks under center. Now, don't let this game get away from you. You're only down 7 as you hand it off to Penny, who breaks the tackle, and they get solid 8-9 yards there, so their running isn't bad.
And so there's a reason he goes to it on first down, because it's solid runs. The problem is when he gets in trouble, he gets in big trouble. So you want to try to take advantage and capitalize on the defense stepping up just like that. We're going to see if he's able to go through the tried and true method or if it's something he wants to switch up.
So here we go. Wilson under center, Penny in the backfield again. He sent some guys in motion earlier. It looks like Metcalf is now coming in motion from the right side of the field all the way to the left side. Wilson calling some shots again. Play clock ticking down as he hands it off to Penny. Penny gets the outside edge, and he's going to run down the sideline. Ready to tackle there. I thought for a second he had a glimmer of open field, but it was a great tackle there. But nonetheless, first down.
And so that's one, again, where you see the Ravens safeties started to bite down on that tendency where when he puts that receiver out to the outside to take away the cornerback, that's a strong tendency that it's a stretch run that way. So you want to see Future try to work off of that and not keep just giving away his game plan every time.
So Future Empire now down by 7 after a very dumb throw, to say the least. Let's see how Wilson kind of answers that. Looks like this is his first pass after the turnover. Looks, throws, and that's a corner route again. A great throw, and that's another catch by DK Metcalf. They're attacking the outside edges of the field, and it's working.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's, again, what you're going to want to hit all day. Basically, you're going to try to soak up that safety, get him ready for it, but then take advantage on the outside when they soak into the inside. So that's a good route combination. He executed it well.
So here we go. Wilson out of the shotgun again. Penny in the backfield. He's going to do play fake. Good play fake here. Let's see if it pays off as he's got all day to throw, but nowhere to go. He's rolling out left, and he's going to run. He's got 1 minute, and he nice. Fell down. Didn't take a stupid hit. Smart move there by Russell Wilson.
Absolutely.
So I've got about 20 seconds left on the play clock.
So we're down to 16 seconds as a handoff straight into the linebacker, which kind of wraps him up and takes him down there in that off-tackle hole we talked about before. Those tendencies are going to start showing up that you have the off-tackle or stretch runs over and over and over again. I would expect the Ravens to clamp down on that before too long as we come down now with 19 seconds left on the play clock.
So Wilson out of the gun, he hands it off. It's an RPO, and he throws a slant, and that ball's picked off. It's going to be picked off, and he's going to be running down the sideline. DK Metcalf is chasing, and he's got Russell Wilson nearby, and he's going to get him down, but not after another dumb decision by Russell Wilson in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I get what he's trying to do there, but that's twice in a row where he made a throw where he just kind of trusted that the guy was open instead of looking and seeing what he had, and that's going to hurt him.
So here we go. Lamar Jackson under center. Sends a man in motion, and it's a handoff to Freddie Goldman. And you know this guy can run, and he gets a first down on his first carry of the game. And the Ravens are coming out ridiculously strong right now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's exactly where he wants to be in this game, and he's going to keep shoving it down their throat too.
And here we go. Jackson under center. Can they stop this running game? It's a handoff up the middle, and he's got a huge hole. One man to beat, and he beats him. That little joystick move is unstoppable at times. And that's Freddie Goldman for a touchdown. Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, he made that safety look like he didn't know where he wanted to be. He tried to break down. He kind of looked at it, but he just got kind of stuck in no man's land, and that corner in on the outside was wide open. So
Oh, and the kicker was hit there. Now, if you're I got the meats, I always talk about this. Pooch kicked this ball inside the 5 yard line. This is what separates the big time players from the not so big time players because I think you can really pin somebody.
I think you're exactly right. But what I don't want to focus on is that's a sign of major frustration from the
Mhm.
Seahawks there and letting that
Yes.
happen. And he then takes it out, even though you're under.
Yes.
I mean, he's just crumbling in front of us. I don't know if it's because of the big game. I don't know if it's because of those small mistakes. It could be a combination of those multiple things. But, I mean, you can see this man breaking down in game, and we're still in the first quarter.
Just all across the board, passing the ball, looked flustered, and like you said, decision making, hitting that controller. But anyway, here we go. Wilson's going to hand it off to Penny, and he's going to get another solid gain, 4 or 5 yards there. Look, like you said, still the first quarter, get a touchdown here. It's a one-score game, but you can't make any more mistakes.
And you see the Ravens starting to capitalize and try to take advantage of those tendencies. You saw the linebacker fill that off tackle hole. He made a decent cutback,
And he
but it
drops
may
back
hurt
to
him.
throw. He's looking, and he throws, and that ball was nearly picked off, but it was complete. It was complete, but taking some risky throws here, and you're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, you try to make those plays because you know you have to do something to get back, but at the same time, you cannot keep digging yourself a deeper hole. He got away with it, like you said, but that's dangerous.
Here we go. Wilson out of the gun. Four receivers. It looks like there's that three receivers in the tight end slot to the right, and he's sending that man in motion. This is Disley. Disley's going in motion. Lined up right next to left tackle. He drops back to pass. He's looking, and he throws an outside breaking route. Woo! That was dangerous too. Hey man, DK Metcalf is just gonna box out guys.
Yeah, it was that wasn't necessarily a dangerous throw, but it was definitely a tightly covered throw. You know, DK had that positioning there. That's okay. What I like there though is he did basically a tell for a run play, but ran an intermediate pass off of it. He needs to keep doing that to either one, take advantage of Meats, trying to take control of tendencies, or to kind of get him away from taking advantage of those tendencies.
So this is a play that I know Future Empire runs all the time, and he gets big plays off it sometimes. Here we go. Russell Wilson pitches it to Penny, and it was beautifully covered there by the Ravens. I want to touch on one thing real quick here, and that is I know you talked about sometimes you have to take shots on the field. We're only at the beginning of the second quarter. I think Future does need to calm down with some of these passes, methodically move down. You don't need to get out of the game plan quite yet.
Oh, I completely agree, but the game plan needs to involve every once in a while have an intermediate shot as opposed to these
Yes.
run, throw a third and long.
And then he's going down the field, and that ball is caught again. Meats was right there, but guess what? Close isn't always good enough. And Russell Wilson's starting to heat up by taking shots down the field.
Yeah, I mean, and this is one where do you see the opponent starting to let these things get to him because he feels like that's three throws in a row that maybe could have been an interception. Instead, the Seahawks are moving down the field.
Wilson back to throw. He's looking. He's got pressure. He throws a beautiful hook route there to the tight end. And what a throw. It looks like just a hole in the zone. Sat down in it. And Russell Wilson heating up.
And that's what I want to see. Those are safe check down throws. He gained 12-ish yards. Keep moving down the field. Don't be thrown into tight coverage. He saw he had nothing downfield, so he took the check down. Exactly what he needs.
So now here we go with 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Russell Wilson out of the shotgun. It's a play fake again. Wilson back to throw, looking. Oh, geez, that ball was nearly picked off again, but just not there. Oh, DK Metcalf is down, and he's holding that knee. I hate to speculate, but that looked like a torn ACL.
It's definitely something that could hurt him. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous player to lose. So we've reset here, off tackle run. He's got a big hole, and I've noticed that on this drive, the Ravens have started to move away from that tackle, covering it up. So that off tackle run's there again. Eventually, the Ravens are going to bite back down on it, and then that should open up the passing game like it has been this drive as we come in with 18 seconds left on the play clock.
I got 18 seconds right now. Wilson's going to go ahead and he's going to hand it off, and it's going to be a stretch play outside, and that is down at the 1 as we hit 39 seconds left of the play clock.
Hey, that's a good play. He got 4 yards. It's second and goal on the 1 yard line. He's exactly where he needs to be to get back within one score of this game.
So 4 minutes, 30 or 26 seconds left. Wilson under center. Ravens probably expecting a quarterback sneak type of play here, but they're not quite in goal line. Wilson, it's a hand. Oh, and he
I don't.
dude, Russell Wilson got popped.
I don't know who's more frustrated there. If the Russell Wilson should be more upset that the defense just completely ate him up, or if the Ravens should be more upset that Russell Wilson took that tackle but he didn't have the ball anymore.
Do you think there's going to be a fine from the league office there on that hit? Has the NFL gotten soft?
He didn't drive him into the ground, so the answer to the answer to the second question though is yes, very much so, very soft.
So Wilson under center. It's a handoff up the middle, and it's predictable play calling. 3 plays in a row there.
So actually, I want to say that play there was a great job by the Ravens, though. He made it look like there was a hole on that left side, exactly where the play was designed to go to. So instead, he filled that hole as it opened up. That, to me, is just the defense making a play, not necessarily inept effort from the offense.
So here we go. Now, this is the biggest play of the game. This is a game-changing moment. I always say it, 3 minutes to go left in the second quarter. You change momentum. You change ball game. 4th and goal from the 1. He's got, it's an RPO. It's a slant. Oh, there's a flag down. There's a flag down. There's a flag down, and they got a new lease on life. Wow.
You never know what's going to happen. This is why you play safe football. It was definitely another dangerous, tight throw. He's been getting away with it this drive, so it worked out for him.
And he knew he had to make it. It was 4th and goal. Take your shot. And now you got 4 more shots from the 1. Wilson under center. Fullback in front of him. It's a handoff. And it's a touchdown. Seahawks. The Birds back.
And all of a sudden, the Seahawks seemingly have all of the momentum. I don't care what happened the rest of that first quarter. Right now, the Ravens are going to be demoralized. Those Seahawks are feeling good. They feel like this is a one-score game. We got this.
And the kick is right down the middle as the Seattle Seahawks go down the field 88 yards in 12 plays and fire back after we thought they had mentally collapsed. As they do kick it off, it's going deep, end over and kick about 6 yards deep, and it is he's going to return this ball, and he's going down the middle of the field, and he gets tackled after a gain of about 22 yards there.
And so that may be a sign of something where, the Ravens feel like they're pressing. They have to make up for what just happened. And that's, you still have a 1-score lead. You're still in control of this game. You still scored both times you touched it. Don't panic. Just play smart football.
And Lamar's going to hand it off to Goldman. And it was blown up in the middle of the field. He tried getting outside, got some yards. That's a question I want to ask. Do you ever consider that, like guys returning it when they're 6-7 yards deep? Do you think that's a sign of some mental I don't know, just theology in this where he's a little nervous. He thinks he needs to make a play, and he probably should just need it there. Or is there not much weight into that?
I think it depends on the player. I think that most players think they always can just do it. But a lot of the great players, though, are smart and make sure they take calculated risks, not just hey, there's a chance I can get to the 25. And when you go off that tendency, though, that's absolutely a sign you're panicking.
And here we go. Jackson back to throw. He's looking, and he had all day, and they said there was pressure coming there, and yep, there was right at the A gap, and he missed his receiver there. Lamar Jackson flinched a little bit. Mechanics a little weak.
I feel like, and this is something that Lamar Jackson actually did in the NFL this season, if you throw it inside the numbers on an inside pressure like that, the throw is a lot easier to make, and so you don't get penalized by that pressure as much.
So here we go. Jackson on 3rd down and 7. Biggest play of the game for the Ravens. He's going to Jackson, and he slides down. He was dead to rights again, it looked like, but he's fast as lightning. You blink, and he's gone.
And that play obviously worked out really well for him. I would have liked to have seen him hit the check down on the right. It was wide open. The defender completely vacated that area, and he would have had the first down then some. Again, it worked out, but just like the Seahawks on that last drive, you don't just say, hey, it worked out, it's fine. You have to make adjustments.
And Jackson under center, and he's handing off to Goldman again, who's getting outside, and he gets tackled by a swarm of Seattle defenders. Hey, actually, Goldman did good early, but he's getting bottled up this drive.
Yeah, that's right, and that's something that the Seahawks they've been kind of focusing on. He's actually been backing up the defensive backs a lot of the time and then crunching down with the linebackers, so you want to see if that's something that the Ravens can take advantage of or if it's going to keep working out for the Seahawks.
So Jackson under center again, Goldman in the backfield, lone back is a handoff. He tries getting outside, and look at this Seattle Seahawks defense containing the ever so elusive Goldman.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of speed on that Seahawks defense. So just dancing and running around, going sideways isn't necessarily going to work against that three defensive lineman front. I like to see runs up the middle personally.
Let's see here. Third down and 9, under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jackson back to throw. He's looking. He's looking. He's got all day. And it is dropped. That's a running back in between two defenders. That's expected, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you can actually see that the running back's arms and entire body got kind of shifted to the side as he tried to go around that linebacker. I mean, that's just, it's going to happen. That was a tough catch to make, even for a wide receiver, let alone for a running back.
Hearing the footsteps, Goldman apparently is a wimp. So there we go now, as it's not a bad punt. That was a bad punt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is one where anyone's crumbling, but at the same time, if you keep making small mistakes, a player like Future is going to take advantage of it.
We've seen Oshie pen Grams at like the 2-yard line. Elite players make great special teams plays, and Meats has been kind of slipping on special teams now. So we'll see here. But Future made his own mistake. Anyway, it's going to be an RPO slant route again. Future Empire liking these RPOs.
Yeah, it's something that he usually works for him, but it's actually bit him a couple of times here. You want to see if
As
he
he
keeps
hands it off, gaining nothing.
you want to see if he keeps going to it here or if he adjusts based off of the game.
So this is a 3rd and inches. He tried getting a quick first down there. I respect that. As we hit 35 seconds left on the play clock here. 3rd and inches for the Seattle Seahawks. Biggest play of the game by far. You can tie this up before halftime with the touchdown this drive. Wilson, shotgun. His running back's right next to him. It looks like he could be possibly running this as Moore is going in motion. I noticed a lot of receiver motion. This must be identifying if it's man or zone.
Actually,
It's a handoff. Oh, he got it barely. I'm curious of your opinion on that after they get this play here. He's dropping back to throw. He's looking. He throws it outside the numbers again, and it's incomplete. So what were you going to say?
so what he's doing with those receiver motion is he's manipulating how the defense is set up. Basically, even if it's zone coverage, they will still adjust and shift their positioning. And a lot of times that gets your linemen in better position to get out in front of them for blocks. It's a smart play, but unfortunately it does generally show the defense that you do plan to run the ball.
Yes, 2nd and 10. Wilson back to throw. He's looking. He has all day, and that ball was nearly intercepted and caught. Wow, that was a sloppy-looking play. A lot of outside-the-number throws so far this game.
Yeah, and against the amount of speed the Ravens have, they've been able to be there every time, and it's been almost an interception, if not an interception, a decent amount of the time. So you want to see him try to mix it up a little bit, not necessarily always go outside the numbers, but we'll see how he does this passing game.
So Russell Wilson out of the gun, empty in the backfield this time. Huge play for the Seahawks as they try to find a way to tie it up. Wilson back to throw. Looking. He's going up the middle. He throws. I thought he was past the line of scrimmage, but he was not. First down. Seahawks.
Great play there, utilizing the quarterback that you have, making plays. He's a playmaker and taking the timeout in a smart situation here. He's going to continue to work those outside corners, though. He's going to continue to work the sideline because he's only got 29 seconds with one timeout. You do not want to play for the field goal here. You have to save that timeout just in case. Oh, and he does have 2 timeouts. So actually, he can work the middle of the field. That's my mistake.
Talk about keeping the eyes up the field as you're running with your quarterback. That's textbook 101. Wilson back to throw, looking. He's running, this time for real. He's got the first down, and he a little late on the slide there, and Wilson took a shot, but they take the timeout. And so we've seen good Future at quarterback, and we've seen bad Future at quarterback this game.
Yeah, he seems to be playing a lot smarter. I know he just threw the ball last second as running, but like you said, it's because his eyes were downfield and he made the read. He's playing much smarter now. He saw the middle of the field completely vacated by the defense, so he knew he could run. Smart play. Keep moving the ball downfield. He's got enough time for 1 play on the inside or 2 on the outside.
Watch this square route as he's back to throw. He throws, intercepted. A 3rd interception, and Future Empires inconsistently. We did the announcer curse. We said he's playing smarter, and what did he do?
He pressed. He knew he had 1 shot on an inside route or 2 on the outside. Like you said, he had that out route. It was double covered perfectly, taken away, so he tried to press down on the inside, and instead of getting just a field goal, he gets nothing.
Yep, and now the Ravens are going to hand it off, and I'm not saying this half is over quite yet because Freddie Goldman, he gets wrapped up there, but this guy is a freaking stick of dynamite. If you blink, this man is in the end zone.
So what I would expect to see from the Ravens here is running plays consistently, but running plays that he thinks he can score off of, just like that stretch play there.
So it is another handoff to Goldman, and he's going to get outside. This is dangerous as he gets, he spins. Man, it just seems like any freaking time this man touches the ball, he's in the end zone. Is Goldman the best back in the NFL?
And so it's between him and Tariq Cohen. Both of them give you that same feeling in your stomach, whether you're casting the game or you're watching it, or unfortunately when you're against them, you know nothing, anything can happen when they touch the ball. It's exciting.
It's a Hail Mary. It's a deep shot. It's dropped with 1 second left. Meats has talked about running that play to deep prevent time after time, and it nearly worked. But, hey, last shot, as we got an X factor lit up for the Baltimore Ravens with 1 second left. He's back to throw. He's looking. He's rolling right. Winding up. Going deep. It is intercepted. And he gets tackled. Does that affect the momentum of this game at all, or not really? We're talking Madden coding here.
Yeah, see, mentally, I would say no. But Madden coding, I would argue, especially lately after these updates, actually yes. Because it likes to be swingy about it, and basically everyone gets a turn. Now, those turns are not at all the same length, but everyone does get turns. If you waste your turn and turn it over to the next guy, then that can affect you. And I just want to point out, you see the Ravens there, he did not return that ball, which shows that he's back in his right mental state. He's not pressing. He's going to play smart here.
Yeah, if you're Meats here, now let's think about the scenario of football. If the Seahawks at least got a 3 point, then even if the Ravens got 3 points, it's a 1-score game. But now if Ravens get 3, they're up by 2 scores. Jackson, nobody in the backfield next to him. Interesting to see. I like when the Ravens run it. They're at their best when they're running the ball. Jackson calling some checks. Chops back to throw. He's looking. He's going long in that ball. Caught! He's down the sideline. Touchdown, Ravens. Wow.
I mean, sometimes it's just going to happen. All you can really do is be frustrated as the defense, but, speed going to kill.
So, if you call a 2-man under, is there anything more you can do? Like you said, or is just speed kills sometimes? Do you want to back that safety off?
You can. You can also tell them to play over the top. The problem is, if the offense picks up that you're doing that, they can run slants, ins, curls, and outs all day, literally for free. And then every once in a while, you hit that streak, and that's all it takes, is because that's another, touchdown all day.
So now, future Empire, can't press. You get a touchdown. You're right back in this game. We'll see how he reacts after throwing 3 first-half interceptions, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And he spins. Oh, I thought he was dead to rights there. What a move in the backfield by Penny.
Yeah, it was a great play. Great runner making a great play. He's dangerous, that's for sure. You want to see if he can get them back in this ball game.
So the Seattle Seahawks down by 14 points in the third quarter now. Russell Wilson under center. They're still running the ball. Good to see. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And he spins again. He didn't get the first down. Meats read that beautifully. But the stick work by future Empire impressing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he's making plays. He's making guys miss. Just there where he ran it up the middle and he had multiple guys in the hole. He's going to try to run another one of those RPOs. So we're going to see if it pays off.
Watch the slant. Majority of the time he goes to the slant route here. It is a stretch play, though. It's going outside. One man to beat. Then he spins into another guy. Would you like to have seen the spin move or maybe that little swerve thing that Meats is master?
You definitely use your stick skills there. That spin there was basically because he has an ability to try to utilize that ability. The problem was it's way too long to get that to pull off.
So here we go. Wilson back to throw from under center. He's looking. He's going, oh, wow, it's caught on the post route, though. And the receiver came up, made the play. The defender didn't seem to have a great break on the ball, or maybe he's too far away. But either way, first down, Seahawks.
Whenever the defense is set up like that, that's going to work 100% of the time. That was actually a perfect read. It wasn't greedy at all. That was just exactly how you draw up that post route.
So here we go. Wilson back to throw again. Looking. He throws, and it's another post route. And against the cover 3 defense, Meats loves running cover 3. And this time... Now, no Earl Thomas anymore for the Ravens.
Yeah, so the post and the seam routes really eat up that cover 3 or any single high safety look. So long as he keeps staying with that cover 3 backfield, keep utilizing those posts and seams, and you'll eat them up.
Yep. As long as you don't have the safety where the ball flies sideways on you, you're in good shape there. As Russell Wilson is out of the shotgun. He's dropping back to throw again. He's got the flat route there. He throws a corner route, and that's a touchdown. Touchdown! Seahawks, they're right back in it. What a masterful answer to the Ravens.
That's another great execution there of we're using levels to manipulate the user. And like, once again, Meads kind of got caught in no man's land. He wanted to respect that flats route because that was his man, but at the same time, he's got to be able to break away on that touchdown route and guard the end zone. Great route combination, great throw, great drive.
So, wow, what a game so far between the Seattle Seahawks, who every time you think they're dead, come back like the Undertaker out of the grave.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one where if he didn't make those silly mistakes early, you wonder where this game could have been. And as
he's returning this one.
You see now, is he trying to press?
Yeah, man, this is a mental game for Meats. Now, keep in mind, both of these players are known to kind of choke in big moments. This is the folding chair bowl.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what's happening here. I think that's just naturally you kind of press just a little bit in big games. Neither one of them is making catastrophic mistakes, obviously, since it's a close game, but you want to clean it up a little bit.
Here we go. Ravens do hand off. He cuts back inside. I agree with you, but let's be real here. Future's throwing 3 pretty dumb interceptions this game that for whatever reason the score is still within 7 points.
Exactly, and so he's been able to make up for it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, the scoreboard's all that matters. He's within 1 score.
So it's a handoff, and he's juking around. Man, that little swerve joystick run is just hard to defend sometimes.
Yeah, and whenever you've got someone with the quickness like Golden does, then that's something that you can utilize to the fullest extent, as where just a normal running back isn't going to be able to utilize those moves. That being said, it's still a very, very important move to have in every running back's repertoire.
So here we go, Jackson out of the gun. Golden lit up. Looks like Brown's got moss on. I'll be interested to see if he tries using it. Back to the throw. He's looking. He's going to use it. It's going long. It's going to be another caught touchdown, Ravens. That's 3 streak routes and 3 touchdowns for Hollywood Brown. How can you stop it? Well, you don't do what he's doing.
I'm not talking on that. You don't want to hear what I have to say.
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're up there coming out the same defense and 2-man under when the safety's creeped up and sitting in the middle of the field a little bit, what are you supposed to do?
I mean, I don't mind utilizing it, but if that's 100% what you're looking for, and you know, oh, this is going to work because I already know that, that's not how anything actually works.
All right. I mean, this is Madden, so I don't know. That's up for debate. Some of these abilities are very interesting, but either way, I think he went down because he outran his guy with his speed.
Oh, he did have it. Don't get me wrong. Like that play would have worked regardless, but that's not why he was looking that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had Moss. I think I called it before the play. I would have taken the same shot, and now he's got Moss still lit up. So this man can literally, next ball, probably take a 50-yard shot down the field and probably get it.
Yeah, as we have Penny trying to run the ball up the middle once again on that first down. The Ravens clamp down on it. He's feeling good. He knew he had a free touchdown, and he's trying to basically put his foot on Future's throat.
And a late throw across the field, middle of the field. He was past the line of scrimmage this time. He did it earlier. It worked for him. This time it comes back to bite him now as we get, guess what? The Seahawks backed up.
Yeah, and so this is where they don't want to be. It's 3rd and very long. I would expect to see some blitz from the Ravens and allow his slot corner to cover the outside, one safety cover the outside, and let the linebacker take away the middle.
And he's dropping back to throw. 3rd and 17. What can the Seahawks do? They're going long, and that's intercepted. That's another interception, a 4th interception, catastrophic interception this time because that could be the ball game.
Yeah, and that's one where he felt like he needed to make a play, and it's unfortunate.
You take the shot.
Yeah, you do. It was 1-on-1. He feels like, maybe that was his only opportunity to make a play, but he put himself in that situation. That was not a one-play interception. That was a drive interception.
Yes. You put yourself 3rd and 17. You threw it late. So anyway, hand off to Goldman, who's got his X. He got decapitated. And the Seahawks get the ball. Wow.
Yeah, and so you wonder where has Bobby Wagner been this whole game, because he's the type of guy that can make those plays all day, and he finally comes up big here for the first time to try to get the Seahawks back in this game.
That was the hardest hit I've seen in a long time, and the Seahawks have a new lease on life. I thought this game was over, but guess what he's doing? Sending the man in motion again. So here we go. Russell Wilson under center, pinning the backfield. It's a handoff. He gets out right. He has some open space, and he gets shoelace tackle, but not after another gain of 6 yards.
So again, he gave a dead tell that it was a running play. He did a great job, on that cutback, but you knew it was a run play because of that motion. So you have to wonder if he's going to keep doing that. I would expect him to do it on this play as well.
So let's see what happens here. It's a handoff, and he's got a lot of Ravens there who come swarming him up. Future Empire is a guy who really does just stick to his tendencies, whereas Meats, obviously, big game, just doing a little bit, mixing it up just enough to keep Future on his feet, off his feet.
Right, and he's doing a pretty good job of that, and also clamping down, taking away the run. But part of that is because Future is running very, very similar plays in the same situations.
3rd and 3 is Wilson back to throw. He's rolling out right. Oh, what a throw, because the defender had actually committed, I think, to running up and getting Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and so that was a really good play. If this were, in the NFL and Russell Wilson made that play, you would call it genius, and it was perfect timing. That being said, this is Madden, like you said before, and I've seen the defender snap back and make that interception many a time.
Yes. Either way. Oh, and he is blown up. I was about to say either way, at least it's a first down for the Seahawks. But now, guess what? A run on first down, and guess what? 2nd and long.
So what are your thoughts on counter runs? Because I run them extremely rarely because of exactly plays like that. If you've got a good defensive tackle on the other side of the line, they blow it up almost every time.
Yeah, I only run them when I'm up on guys just to practice them, but not a play you want to run when you're down by 14. Back to throw, and he's looking to throw, and he's going to run. He's got a lot of space here. Let's see if he can get the first down and get out of bounds, and he does just that. Smart run there by Russell Wilson. A lot of open grass.
I do agree that that's a smart run. What I would have liked to see, though, is him try to use those stick skills and swerve past that linebacker. You know he's going to want to try to hit you and get the fumble. You know he's going to want to try to stop you from getting to the sideline. If you make a cut at the right time, he could have had a lot more green grass in front of him.
We got one play here to go before the end of the quarter as he's looking to throw, and that ball is he got a touchdown. I thought that was going to be picked off, but man, what a play. That was nearly his 5th interception, but instead the Ravens are only up by 1 score now.
All right, so in reality, obviously that was a good play, right, because it scored a touchdown, and it was actually a smart play if he saw what actually happened there. The reason why that was a good play is because the linebacker that was squatting was broken. He broke down and was ready in an attack position. That is not a position where you can turn and jump, and so because of that, he was able to get it over him. If that linebacker was moving with the route, it would have been an interception 100% of the time. I'm not sure if Russell Wilson saw that or not, but regardless, it worked out well for him for that exact reason.
Yeah, man, just to be honest with you, it's just the way how Future's throwing the balls these games, I'm not too sure that he broke that down like that.
I tried to qualify it just a little bit, but that's why it worked. And it was a good play. Yeah. It would work like that almost every time in those circumstances, but it was a dangerous throw for sure.
But hey, now, like I said earlier in the first quarter, don't make as many dangerous throws, but now you're down 2 scores. He was just about in the 4th quarter. I can justify that a little bit more.
Absolutely, and because you have to make a play, like we said before. You have to make a play. He had a guy that was running at the end zone. You have to get it back into a 1-score game. If you don't make that play, the game's almost over anyway. So, yeah, that's a good play.
So here we go. Now it's a man in motion. It's a pitch play, and he broke the tackle. Who was that running that ball there? That was not Hollywood Brown, I don't think. That was interesting. I would like to see Hollywood Brown getting these pitch plays and stretches, wouldn't you?
Yeah, the problem is that you almost never have him in the slot, so it's kind of a dead giveaway if you just randomly see this super fast guy in the slot, kind of like he is right now, actually. So maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Who knows?
So it's a handoff to Goldman, who does that little swerve run, and he's going to be down. Oh, fumble! It's picked up though. I think he was down actually.
Yeah, so that was another good job of kind of bobbing and weaving in and out. You wonder what would have happened if he didn't run into that blocker there, but great run.
So now this drive is huge, and let's go back to the end of the 2nd quarter when Future threw a pick instead of getting a field goal. If he hits that kick, Meats getting a field goal, not that big of a deal this drive. But now if he gets it, guess what? 2-score game. Just like that.
And he got punished for pressing. And you wonder now, what is Meats going to do in offense as Moss is no longer a factor?
As he's looking to throw. He's running around, and Lamar Jackson is a magician on the field as he's running. He's got 1 minute. Oh, he slides, but that was a freaking magician move like I have never seen before.
Honestly, I hate whenever people say magician move, but that's exactly what that was. He literally just pulled a rabbit out of the hat, and all of a sudden he was there, and then he wasn't anymore. And then he got a huge play.
Insane.
Yeah,
that was insane. Oh, and that's a good touchdown, easy. That was a beautiful throw. I seen that from a mile away. And who was that?
Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown for how many touchdowns this game? Like 4 or 5. I
Three or
don't know.
four, yeah.
That's the Ravens are gonna Raven, and Lamar Jackson to Marquise Brown has been the hookup this game, and it's tough to stop, man.
And what's funny is he could have gotten that touchdown running inside. He could have gotten that touchdown running outside. He could have gotten that touchdown running down the field. So he just toasted his man. Great play.
And now he's gonna need it. So look, still 5 minutes to go. Realistically, get a touchdown in 2 to 3 minutes here. You got your 3 timeouts. You can still kick it off. So stick to the game plan still, but you gotta have a little bit of sense. You gotta have somewhat of a sense of urgency here on this drive, obviously.
I keep playing exactly how he has been playing basically this entire the whole second half, pretty much. He's been making dangerous throws, but you have to. So just keep it up and hope it keeps working out for you.
So Future's going to go ahead and hand it off now to the running back who spins and he gets tripped up. This isn't usually Future on offense, so in terms of aggressive throws, do you think he went into this game? Because I feel like the aggressive throws started off like first quarter. What do you think?
No, because if you think back to that first interception, it was a throw across his body, but it was a throw to the flats on a drag route. What I think he thought he saw was that entire area of the field was voided because he scrambled to the left. So he's thinking, I know where this guy on offense is. Let me throw it to that spot. The problem was he didn't look there, so there was a defender just ready for it. The second one was an RPO where he saw a linebacker shift down. The problem is the corner went along right with him. So it's just him not seeing it, not necessarily making dangerous throw, or not necessarily being greedy.
So here he goes. Now that was a good throw. That was a beautiful throw to DK Metcalf, who's back from his knee injury. He had a bruised knee. They shot him up with some IVs at halftime, and he's back on the field. No torn ACL. I would like to apologize on behalf of the SML network for assuming an injury. I misspoke.
Yeah, we're just doing it for views, right?
So here we go. Russell Wilson back to throw. He's looking. He's got pressure. He's rolling out right. He stops, drops, locks, caught. He gets up and he gets fired. He gets like pulverized down. What a throw across his body. Is Future Empire playing or is this Brett Favre?
You know, that's a Brett Favre play, right? What I want to point out is, was it the right play to just catch the ball and hit the ground? It's exactly what I would have done because there was a defender in the area, but he had a couple of guys ready to block. So you wonder if he would have done play after the catch, if we would have got a touchdown there.
I seen that. Oh, what just happened?
Sometimes there's a predetermined animation, and it doesn't matter who you switch to or what you try to tell them to do. A catch is a catch, or a pick is a pick, and we've got first and goal at the 9-yard line.
So here we go. Wilson out of the gun again. 2 minutes left. He's doing a fine job. He needs to cash in here. He's looking to throw. He's gonna run. Get down. Oh, fumble! Ravens ball.
And that's a touchdown.
He's gotta go the distance. What just happened? Was he down or no?
No, he got punished for juking. Is he gonna get caught up? He got caught.
Yeah, he got caught.
Honestly, that's probably better.
You can't. Madden will review turnovers if there is one. But I said as the play was going on, get down. You still had 2 minutes to go. 3 timeouts. Why do that?
Because he's pressing. That's the mode he was in. I understand the mindset. You're right. You need to get down there. Don't get greedy. You want to make plays, but don't get greedy. And he got punished for it finally.
And just as he gets tackled there, Ravens are going to win by 3 scores probably. The thing about Future Empire this game is just, 5 mistakes too many from the quarterback position. 4 interceptions. I'm going to dock off 1 pick because it was on like 3rd and 20. So 4 interceptions, or 3 interceptions, and then a fumble where he just, you know what, if he could have cashed in a few touchdowns, this game's way different.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that if you look at the big picture, both of these guys played good games, but because of those mistakes, this game got not out of hand because it's only a 2-score game, but really he lost control of the game because of his own mistakes. You can't blame this one on anyone else. Actually, this was a pretty clean game as far as chance goes. If anything, the Seahawks got a few breaks. But you make those mistakes against good players, it's hard to overcome.
And you got to credit Meats here, who, as he hands it off Goldman outside, who it's going to be a holding penalty. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, he declines it. So Meats, who did not turn the ball over, we've seen Future make plenty of mistakes. I mean, Meats did have that fumble, but as in self-imposed turnovers, I didn't really see any.
No, I completely agree, and it sounds almost cliche for the key to the game be not to turn the ball over, but in this particular game, with
wait a minute, he's going for this. Why would he go for this? If he gets stopped, it's an outside chance, but there's a chance. Kick the field goal, right?
Yeah, and
It's a touchdown. That was like a interesting decision there.
what he's telling himself is if I get a touchdown here, I know it's over. But it's over even if you get the field goal. So
Why? That was a very intriguing call. I would like to see the thought process from. I got the meats on that decision. Kick three, you're up 3 scores no matter what. They have to get 2 onside kicks. The only thing that can happen there is you getting stopped in a crazy long touchdown and an onside kick, and then you're like, "Oh, Madden screwed me."
I think what happened there was the fantasy football owners of the running back called in to the owner and said, "Hey, get this man a touchdown so his stats look better."
Oh, you mean the XP gods is what you're saying there.
Pretty much, yeah.
So interesting decision there by the Ravens as they go up by 3 touchdowns, and Russell Wilson's going to go out of the gun here as we have garbage time for the Seattle Seahawks as Wilson's dropping way back and he misses a throw.
So, what's your thoughts on etiquette here? Because if I'm in this situation, it's 42-21, and there's no time left. It's just 2 minutes left. I just run the ball 3 times. Now I don't kneel it, but I just run the ball 3 times, chew clock, and we're done with the game because it's over. There's literally nothing you can do to affect the outcome of the game at this point. Why are you dragging it out? I don't understand.
Yeah, it depends on the game. If it's a playoff game, I see it. But like you said, this game not that big of a deal. You're playing an AFC team. You're still going to make the playoffs. Maybe this is more of a he was trying to pass there because Meats kind of threw some salt on his wound.
I think this was one of those fantasy football or XP things, like you said before.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. And Russell Wilson back to throw here on 3rd and 10, and he's looking deep. And we're probably going to see a 5th interception or his quarterback get lit up. That's always a good thing to do as well.
Yeah, and just run the ball 3 times and end the game.
This is future empire. We've seen this before where in a game he's down in, he likes to let his quarterback get rocked. So, and games are out of hand. So he did it against Oshie, and he's doing it against Meats. So I'm going to watch that slot corner come off on a blitz from the left-hand side there.
Yeah, so he's going to try to light him up, just like you said.
So that ball is going to be accepted. So Meats did try getting the pressure. One thing I'm going to knock Meats on there is just press cover, and then that way your cornerback can get there a little bit quicker. You can see that blitz coming from a mile away. Or at least just press that one guy. Anyway, oh well, you won by 21 points. We're just picking at things right now at this point as Will Greer comes in to need this game out.
I've got a question for you. If, let's say, someone uses a timeout in this situation when the game is clearly over, is it outside of etiquette to then kick a field goal just because they delayed the game longer than they were supposed to?
Yeah, man, it's interesting. I had a game similar to this a week or two ago. And it depends on how it goes. Like if they took a timeout with like 3 seconds left or something, I would probably just kick the field goal. Yeah, just to be like, why did you do that? But I had a game where I took a timeout with like 1:30 and they got the first down, and then I didn't take any more timeouts, and they still scored. In the kneeing situation, I would definitely just go ahead and try to score.
I think if you reset the downs, then you reset the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'm kicking the field goal there because you drug out this game longer than you were supposed to. I'm going to punish you for it. And it's not about me scoring more points. It's about me showing you were dumb, and I'm going to put 3 points on you.
I agree 100%. But either way, the Seattle Seahawks lose by 21 points in a game that was entertaining up until the last probably 2 minutes.
Absolutely. It was a great game with great players, and, mistakes are what ultimately decides the turn of the time.
And I get a text in from the Seattle Seahawks owner. I'm going to share it with the public here. We had a game of scrimmage where he beat me. I turned the ball over quite a bit, and he said turnovers are a killer. And I guess today was just my turn to have the turnover bug, and he hit it on the head. You make a few less mistakes, and you might go home with a win. But either way, both teams will be ready come playoff time, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's almost cathartic to get these kinds of games out at the end of the regular season because then you've made that mistake and you feel better about trying to not make it again in the playoffs when it actually does matter.
Wow, interesting the stats here. Seahawks had 20 first downs and 400 yards. Ravens only had 6 first downs. Seahawks were better on 3rd down. Seahawks time of possession, they had 20 minutes, so time of possession compared to Ravens 7. If you looked at those stats alone, you would say the Seahawks blew the Ravens out, but instead the turnovers killed the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, and honestly, the reason why those numbers are so low for the Ravens is simply because Marquise Brown just toasted dudes. And so, you don't hold on to the ball, you don't get first downs when you have 3 50-plus touchdowns.
Yeah. Marquise Brown and DK Metcalf. Marquise Brown, 4 catches, 207 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Hey, Marquise Brown. And the Ravens, congrats. I got the meats on getting a win.
Yeah, great game. He played very well. He didn't make any mistakes, and, he takes home a huge victory for that.
I do want to say, I've seen a chat real quick before we X off here. I don't know how many people are still listening. Meats only used Most once. The rest was just bad defense.
Yeah, and like you said, it wasn't the biggest sin of using Most. I don't have a bad feeling in my stomach after that one. I've seen it abused much worse than that. If that happened against me, at the end of the day, I don't have any complaints.
So there you go, guys. This was SML Game of the Week. The Ravens taking on the Seattle Seahawks, with the Ravens winning 42-21.
This is QB Stud. We'll see you next time.